Yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn show, man. Today is the 29th of January. A lot of games on the board for today. I am doing the show a lot later than I typically do, of course. Life has just been lifing, man. A lot of things coming up, but still locked in, still tuned in, not making a bunch of plays, man. And as far as the recap goes for yesterday, I didn't do a show yesterday. The day before that, had two plays, and they both were losers. They were Jamal Murray under his 7.5 assists. He ended up killing the line against Detroit at 10. And then Sacramento, New York over the 225. The Kings, I think, shoot less than 15% from the three-point line. The Knicks only get to like 100 points. I thought it was a great read, but that game did stay well under the number as well without Levine and Zach, without Monk in. And then yesterday, Lakers and Cavs over the 234. I think it was the best number available. And Lakers just really can't score the basketball in the second half. They get held to 22 points without Evan Mobley being out there in the third quarter. And they get ran off the floor in the third and fourth quarter. Don't come close to going over the total because of that. The Cavs did their part. I knew the Lakers defense wouldn't be good, but I thought the Cleveland defense wouldn't be good either. And didn't help that Luka got hurt. Didn't help that the Lakers couldn't make any threes. But yeah, it's been a rocky road to say the least as of late, man. Very, very rocky road. I haven't bet anything today, but I am hoping that you guys have found some ways to make some money. And I got a couple looks for today that I want to share with you guys. Nothing that I've bet officially yet. But yeah, let's jump into it, man. What's up, Jelly Smash Bros? Good afternoon. Tommy says, what's up, DJs? Let's get paid. What up, Dom says, prayers up for LJ. He was involved in a car accident. I heard he's okay, but just real banged up. Oh man, I gotta reach out. I definitely gotta reach out. Yeah, I'll reach out to LJ. I hate to hear that though. Rashina, good afternoon to you as well. Yeah, here is the video. We're about to get into it. Next is good afternoon. What's up, Prolific? Says good afternoon, Chris. I guess no back-to-backs for ChrisBeCappinn. Felt good to cash a ticket against the Lakers. Yeah, if you just bet Cleveland -3, that was definitely the right side. So let's get into the games for today, man. So first up, we'll start with Jackson, AI Sports Betting Tool, linked in the description of the video. Jackson had two looks on 2 nights ago. OKC -13 against the New Orleans Pelicans. That was a loser. And then Portland plus a 7.5. I think they lost the game by 7. So I think it was a 1-1 split for Jackson. Or did they lose by 8? I think they lost by 7. Regardless, either 1-1 or 0-2 night for Jackson. Trying to get things back on track for Jackson as well. I felt like the NBA has been a lot more difficult to bet from a side and a total perspective, at least as of late. So the games for today, we have the prompt for today with Jackson was asking Jackson for the let's see, what did I type in? NBA, using NBA.com advanced stats during the last 10 games exclusively. Define betting value as a mismatch between a betting line and underlying efficiency, pace, and matchup metrics that is not currently reflected in the market. Ask Jackson to use this data to give me the top 2 spread bets, ranking them in order of confidence. Jackson likes the Thunder, to no surprise. OKC -5.5. It says that they rank first in the NBA in net rating, 12.6, driven by the league's #1 defensive rating, 105.3, and 5th in offensive rating at 117.9. Over the last 10 games, they've maintained this elite level of play, while Minnesota has hit a significant rough patch. The Timberwolves have lost 5 of their last 7, including a recent 5-game skid that exposed defensive vulnerabilities with their primary rim protection when their primary rim protection is compromised. So yeah, Jackson likes the Thunder -5.5 against the Timberwolves, and then the Miami Heat -1.5. I kind of like the Heat as well. It says the Miami Heat travel to Chicago to face a Bulls team that has been playing better as of late, but the advanced metrics suggest Miami's efficiency and defensive structure provide a clear edge in a near pick'em scenario. So Miami operates as the #1 pace in the league, which often forces opponents into uncomfortable high possession games. Not sure how much that's going to impact Chicago, who also likes to play fast. While Chicago has won 4 of their last 5, their season-long net rating of -2.3, which is 22nd, pales in comparisons to Miami's +1.1, which is 14th. This mismatch is most evident on the defensive end, where Miami ranks 10th compared to Chicago's 24th. So those are the two bets for Jackson. I kind of do like Miami a lot today. I have not bet anything yet, but I do kind of like Miami a lot today. Let's get into it. So first up, we have the Kings and the 76ers game played in Philly tonight. Injury report: Monk did not play last game against the Knicks. He's listed as questionable. Keegan Murray, of course, is out. And then I didn't even see this, but I guess Westbrook got rolled out as well. And that's probably why Sabonis assist line has moved a lot. I didn't see Westbrook got rolled out, but Westbrook is out. I missed this 4 hours ago. Westbrook is out. I like Sengun assists in this spot. They opened 4.5 last night, minus like 150 is where I saw that. Didn't want to lay to 150, so I was going to take him to get 6+ anyway. So 5.5 is out there. I like the assist line a lot for Sabonis. So one thing I looked at just real quick, we go over to Outlier. I'll show you guys this. So let's see. Select this update. So Sabonis, and I think I wrote this down in my notes as well. Sabonis assists have been good since he's been back from injury. I think he's played in. Let's see if I can get this low. Okay. Yeah, I think Sabonis has played in 6+ this last 10 games. Philly, starting with their defense, they allowed the second most assists in the league at 31 per game, only in front of the Utah Jazz. Potential assists have continued to increase for Sabonis as well since he's returned. You can see the assists right here. Last 3 games, he's only been back for 6 games, and a couple of these against really good defensive teams. Actually, Cleveland's actually been playing some pretty good defenses of late as well. But back-to-back against Detroit and New York, he got cleared the line in 3 of these 6 games that he's been back. If we come down here and look at his potential assists, like I said, they've all continued to increase. So I think Sabonis assists tonight are definitely really, really good. And you can see that the Philadelphia 76ers give up a ton of assists. They give up the 4th most here. Over their last 10 games, they're giving up the 2nd most. So I like Sabonis assists in this game. I would love to be able to go right back to the well and take a over in this game. But I would also really love for the Kings to have some more offense out there. Philly's been playing pretty fast, but I know that they can slow down at times as well. It's also the first leg of a back-to-back for the Kings in this spot, if I'm not mistaken. So, if they ran out of gas, really wouldn't surprise me. They got a game tomorrow, I think, against the Boston Celtics. So it's difficult to want to take an over. I feel like, the overs have been hidden, but when I looked into it, I think this week specifically totals are 18-5 to the under. So a lot more unders happening as of late. I think that has something to do with the All-Star game being 2 weeks away. Some of those totals were a bit inflated, and then we're seeing teams just, I don't even know if we want to call it tired legs or shots not falling or whatever the case might be, but we've seen a lot more defense being played as of late. Like one team has a 18 or 19 or 20-point quarter, and the total is typically shot. And that's what we saw from the Lakers last night. They scored 22 points in the 3rd quarter, and that game was over pretty much after that. So that's my thought process on this game. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Tommy says he'll go Kings team total over. They're over in 9 of their last 10 games. And they're coming off an 87-point game. 76ers have allowed 109 in 18 of their last 25. Okay. What's up, J-Man? Appreciate you for tapping in. Let's see. What else should I say? Anything else in this game? Tommy just like that Kings. He's a think him in the morning. And B drive coverage is good for who? Probably Levine is what I would think. J-Man likes the Sabonis assist look as well. Yeah, 5.5 is the number, and it's plus money right now. I like it. I like it a lot. Maxey under his 27.5 for J-Man. Maxey has gone under. I think I was looking at Maxey. He's gone under in 4 of his last 5. Eventually, he's going to break out of that slump, but I'm not sure if it's going to be tonight or not. Let's see real quick. Yeah, 3 straight games he stayed under. 4 of his last 5. 7 of his last 9 he's actually stayed under. No, I'm sorry. 6 of his last 8, he's actually stayed under the number. Just not shooting the ball super efficiently. I've been watching these these Sixers games. 9 for 19 and 2 for 8 in the last game. They ended up winning that game by 17. Against the Hornets, just 3 for 12. He did shoot 8 for 15 against the Knicks, only finished with 22. Had a really good game against the Rockets. That game went to overtime, though. And 7 for 25 against the Suns. Kings don't really bring it, in my opinion, on the defensive end. So I wouldn't be able to play that. But Sabonis assists and B drop coverage. Yeah, I agree with that. I like the Sabonis assist look here. No play on the side, no play on the total for me. Kings have lost, I think it was 6 straight games. 6 straight losses. I think back-to-back non-covers. They got smoked by the Knicks, got smoked by the Pistons. I don't really like Sixers landing so many points, in my opinion. It is 4 straight road game, first leg of back-to-back for the Kings. Not necessarily the greatest spot for them, but and the Sixers could win and cover the spread as well, but not something I'm gonna be putting my money on. All right, let's go to the next one, which is the Rockets and the Hawks. So 4.5 is the number. As far as injury report here, we have just make sure we got Sengun listed as questionable. Tari Eason, of course, not playing on the second leg of a back-to-back. There's no Steven Adams for the rest of the season. Get well soon. Dorian Finney-Smith is out. And then Jalen Johnson, is he officially listed out? I thought I saw Jalen Johnson listed as questionable. Questionable. Man, I can't even keep up with the injury report. It's so crazy in the NBA. Yeah, I don't see him listed as he is out. Yeah, 37 minutes. Yeah, he did drop. He dropped. So yeah, and I had a look towards a player prop in this game as well. So Okongwu got knocked in his grill yesterday. He's also listed as out. Of course, no Porzingis, no Zachary Reese-Shea either. So the total has come down. I had a system play on the over in this game as well. It was like I think when I looked at my notes, it was road favorites in non-conference games on the second leg of back-to-backs. And they were a strong over system. Let me see if I can find it real quick and I'll share it with you guys. So let's see. So yeah, since COVID, teams playing on the road. Their last game was at home, unrested. Non-conference opponent, 60% to the over. This season, though, just 2 and 3 to the over. So that's also active for. And that's the only game. It was only active for this game, but it is a 60% trend to the over. Can we get there without Jalen Johnson? Not for my money. I actually thought the Hawks were live to potentially I wouldn't say win the game. I think the Rockets are the better team. Rockets, of course, got smoked last night, specifically in the fourth quarter after having I think they had a double-digit lead in that game against the Spurs and literally couldn't score the basketball anymore. The Spurs really turned up on defense. Atlanta's actually won 4 in a row, and they've covered all 4. So they're a really hard team for me to bet. I just don't know what I'm doing with when I'm getting Atlanta. Atlanta, of course, looked really good last night in Boston. They typically don't play as well at home. You do want them typically as home dogs. But the Rockets, just 3-2 straight up and against the number when they're playing unrested this season. They went their average margin of victory on the second leg of back-to-backs is just 1 point. And then, I think a lot of that has to do without them having Steven Adams, without them having Tari Eason. Like, I don't know. If the Rockets are going to be able to guard the three-point line, I do think that they'll be able to win this game. I think the Rockets will be able to slow down Atlanta's offense without Jalen Johnson. So I guess the under makes the most sense. The Hawks will want to run fast. I feel like the Rockets' offense won't be as good without Tari Eason out there. Atlanta's offense is going to take a little bit of a hit without, Onyeka Okongwu to stretch the floor. Koloko is been playing well on the 10-day contract, but I don't think it's going to be as easy for him to score inside in this game. Maybe some Sengun props. I think, he has a favorable matchup in this game with the Atlanta Hawks being kind of thin in the front court. So maybe some Sengun props is what I would be looking at. Maybe look at his points. And then as far as full game, I think I'd be leaning more probably towards. Here's the thing. Like, I was looking into this as well, and this is why I can't quite get there. I don't want to touch Atlanta without Jalen Johnson first and foremost. But the Rockets this season, this is why I can't play under. The Rockets this season when they're at home, their home games are averaging 222 points. Their road games are averaging 228 points. So they give up. The games are a little bit more high scoring when they are on the road, and they average 230 if they're a road favorite as well. So it makes it hard for me to want to play the total in this game. I feel like it's a tad bit too low, even without Jalen Johnson being there, but something I'll probably stay far, far away from. Let's see what you guys have here. J-Man says, I have Durant over his 29.5 points and assists. Durant historically has played the Hawks really, really well. I was reading about that earlier. He has done really, really well in these games. Can't talk you off of that. On the back-to-back, he said, I thought my under was cooked in Houston, and then all of a sudden Houston scores 14 points. So you got that one right, J-Man. Sometimes you just got to turn the game off. Felix's Rockets offense stinks. It's just KD and no one else. They got Sengun, and they don't. The thing is, Felix, like, you can't tell how bad the Rockets' offense is until they play against a really good defensive team. Like, their offense isn't great, but against a terrible defense, they can just kind of get whatever it is that they want. You got Wemby out there shutting down the paint, and you got the Rockets offense starting everything, all their offensive possessions from the 3-point line. You're right. And then when you subtract Tari Eason, I just if Jalen Johnson was in, I'd probably be looking at the Hawks plus the points, but I can't get there. BJ says Hawks money line. 77 Vegas says problem is Sengun playing. If so, I like Rockets minus 3.5. Okay, we'll see if he even plays. That's another big thing. If he plays, I think his points might be live. What's up, Easy Money? Appreciate you for tapping in. Yeah, that's a fact, Jay, man. Sometimes I be punching the wall, not the wall, but I be punching air. Sometimes I place these bets and everything go to complete opposite of what you think it's gonna be. And that sometimes is why it's good to be on full games, because you got enough time for things to kind of correct themselves. But sometimes it's not that way, man. Sometimes it's the opposite as well. We just fade the Rockets tonight. We shall see, man. We shall see. Hawks have been good. I don't think they've been that good without Sengun. Like, I mean, the Hawks haven't been that good without Jalen Johnson, though. Let's see. Hawks are 1-3 straight up, 2-2 against the number, 3-1 to the under. Games averaging 228 points. They've been held under their team total twice. They've held their opponent under their team total twice. They played against the Thunder and lost by 11, scored 129. Played against the Clippers, lost by 23. Held under their team total in that one. Played against the Lakers and beat them by 20. Crazy. And then played against the Thunder as well and lost that game by 17. So they played some really tough competition. All playoff teams, I guess, if you include the Clippers, and potentially making the playoffs. 3-1 to the under as well. So 217, 224, 207. 3 of these 4 have stayed under the number. That kind of makes me think under. Rockets on the second leg of back-to-back, though. Their defense has not been that great. Rockets games on the second leg of back-to-backs, they're allowing 117 points. They did hold the Pistons and the Timberwolves to 104 and 105, though. At the beginning of the season, they gave up 133 to the Jazz. They gave up 122 to the Mavs and 125 in this spot, though. The way that they lost that game last night. Maybe even Rockets early. Rockets unrested as a favorite. 1-3 straight up, 1-3 against the number. 3-1 to the over. Jazz got to 125. This was after they had just beat the Jazz. I remember that. Mavs got to 122. This was a 5th game in 7 nights. I remember that as well. Kings got to 124. And I remember that game as well. That was when the Rockets had just beat the Nuggets. We were on them the game before. And then against the Timberwolves, they did win. So the most recent one has been a win. But yeah, I'm not messing with this game, man. Money Mike under says Amin Thompson over his 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Amin, I think, will get some extra burn just because of no Tari Eason. So wouldn't talk you off. Would not talk you off. Yeah, I be feeling like that too. What's up, Sean? So the kid missed the afternoon show. I'm loving that Hawks plus the points. Okay, so a little bit of Hawks love, a little bit of Rockets love. We shall see how it goes. I would definitely say wait to see what happens with Sengun, though. That's just my thought process. All right, next one up we have is before we get to the next one, hit the like button for me if you can. Subscribe if you are not, and let's keep going. So next one up we have is the Hornets and the Mavs. So I'm interested to know what people think about this. Hornets minus the 3 or Mavs plus the 3. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Before, and I'm gonna read y'all comments after I, give a handicap of the game myself. So I feel like, just to start, I feel like I've been leaving a lot of money on the table with the Hornets. Can you still get paid with the Hornets tonight? The Mavs, of course, lost last night to the Timberwolves. The Hornets, of course, won last night. They beat Memphis. That game was never really even close. They've actually, won a bunch of games in a row now. Charlotte has been absolutely balling. I think they're the number 1 ATS team in the NBA over the last like 7 or 8 games. So we start with the injury report. It looks like, just trying to stay up to date, looks like Brandon Miller is probable, and Grant Williams is out on the second leg of the back-to-back, which makes sense. Dallas will get Cooper Flagg back. He didn't play last night, I don't think. Klay Thompson should be back as well. He also didn't play last night. Brandon Williams is listed as questionable. And then, of course, no AD, no Kyrie. And then Najee Marshall is out as well. So I'll be honest with you guys. The more I think about these games, a couple of things that stick out to me. First off is the Hornets have been the second best rebounding team in the NBA as of late. That automatically makes me think I want to take Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, one of those two, underneath their rebound prop. So Gafford and PJ Washington was the first things that I wrote down on my notes this morning. Want to take one of those guys under their prop. The Hornets, looks like this line has moved. Hold on, where is the line? I literally just did these graphics. Oh no, it's 3. Okay, earlier it was 3.5. Total has come down from 230 down to 226.5. The Hornets have been playing unders as of late as well. The defense has been playing really good. They're the 4th offensive rated team in the last 5 games. Second best defensive rated team. They got a defensive rating of 102.7. Second in effective field goal and efficiency differential. They're plus 15.7, playing at the 6th lowest pace, allowing 99 points per game in their last 5. That's actually kind of crazy. They also just play a lot better on the road. They're the 7th best defensive rated team, 13th in defensive rating, but they give up the 7th fewest points on the road in general. Dallas, looking at their last 5 games, they are about even as far as, well, no, actually they're plus 5 in point differential. Offensive rating of 113, defensive rating of 109. Makes sense that the totals come down. They are playing at the 3rd fastest pace, though. So if they can dictate pace, it'll be a lot of up and down. We know that the Hornets have been one of the, I want to say the Hornets have been one of the better teams in the NBA as far as playing on the second leg of back-to-backs. Let me just double check. Yeah. 9-1 against the number, 9-1 to the under are the Hornets on the second leg of back-to-backs. Actually kind of crazy. Been played in 9 straight unders, and they've covered 9 of the spreads as well. They won by an average of 12 points. So can we just go to the window and bet the Hornets? Either, a juice money line on the -3, or do we take the Dallas Mavericks? The Mavs as a home dog this season, this is typically where they've been competitive. If they're a home dog, outside of that game against the Lakers and the Timberwolves, but last night I feel like was kind of a different night just because they were without Cooper Flagg as well. So back-to-back home losses as dogs, back-to-back unders as home dogs as well. But on the season, this is their role. 8-9 straight up. So they typically win. They win these games, about 47%, almost 50% of the time. And then 11-6 against the number. They're covering 65% of the time. What do you guys think? Y'all let me know in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this game. Let's see. It's been really easy to bet the Hornets as of late. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to do it too, just because they're playing so good right now. Brian says Hornets -3, just a better team on the back-to-back. So Mavs, are 5-3 straight up, 6-2 against the number as well on the second leg of back-to-backs. 5-3 to the under, games averaging 225. If they're at home on the second leg of a back-to-back, 4-1 against the number, games are averaging 229. Hornets on the road, second leg of back-to-back, 4-1 straight up, 5-0 against the number. They smoking teams, man. Winning by average of 17.2 points per game. They're 4-1 to the under in this spot. Yep, just saw that, Felix. Let's see. Next is I got Hornets. Amine says, afternoon, Chris. That's what's up. Let's get paid. Hit the like. Appreciate that for sure. J-Man says they got my wagon on the side tonight. Easy cap. Mavs money line. Easy money says. Okay. Cree says Mavs struggle to score. Took under -110 team total under last night and cashed. Taking it right back. Mavs team total under 112.5. Man, it's so hard to argue that. It's so hard to argue that with the way that the way that Charlotte's been playing defense as of late. Charlotte is an under team overall in general. They give up 114 points on the season. 29-19 to the under this season. I want to share one more thing with you guys real quick, just because this has made me think about something. So the Hornets, last 2 weeks, 6-2 straight up, 5-3 to the under, 5-3 against the spread, 5-3 to the under. They're giving up 104 points. They have given up. They gave up 136 to the Warriors. They gave up 117 to the Lakers, but held the Nuggets to 87, the Cavs to 94, the Magic to 97. The Wizards do got 115 in here, which is interesting. Sixers to 93, and then the Grizzlies last night to 97. Can you trust the Warriors defense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their last 8 opponents have stayed under their team total. 7 of their last 11 have stayed under their team total. J-Man says Miller time and not the beer. Likes Brandon Miller in this spot. What's up, Mark? Hope all is well with you. Want to get the call tonight? Easy Money says. We shall see. Mark says he played -3 in some Continental over 16.5 points. Okay. Dallas have a good record in back-to-backs. They do. I just read that off to you guys. What up, dude? Says take the Hornets money line and Brandon Miller over his points. Hornets are nothing. They're playing so well. They are hooping, man. They are really hooping right now. I agree with this. Nexus makes a good point. Says doesn't see the Hornets being able to outscore. Doesn't see the Hornets being able to get outscored by this Dallas team with so many injuries. I mean, you do have, I feel like Najee's a dog. Like you down Najee. But you do, I guess it's not Najee's a dog, but like you still got some guys. Like you still got, Klay Thompson is back. Brandon Williams, I bet you, if I bet Charlotte, Brandon Williams will play and have 30 points tonight. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm probably gonna stay off this game because he's listed as questionable. Maybe under is the right play, but Dallas just plays so fast. It's difficult. It's really, really difficult, man. I think I'm gonna end up staying away from this one. Maybe if I play something, it'll be something live. Daniel says Hornets all day. Hornets by 20. 7 figures is not betting on the Hornets till they get back to 500. Oh, okay. Hornets -1.5 in the first half. Renata says, okay. Converse flag tonight. I forgot about that, dude. That's a fact. Yeah. What up, Fred? He says, I need a hat, bro. What's the picks for the night? Minnesota plus 7.5 perhaps. We'll talk about that game in a second, Fred. It's a fact, man. Najee's the dog. Najee is an absolute dog, man. Dude says when the Hornets are healthy, you can confirm the offensive rating, Chris. Yeah, that's a fact. In the games where everybody plays, I'm not going to put all the names in right now, but yeah, they have been really, really good. And that's the thing. They've been healthy as of late, which also kind of makes me lean Charlotte in this spot. I would need to, I want to go in and see what they're saying. I want to make sure they're not feeling too complacent. I feel like it's easy to, bet the Hornets, but then you wake up in the morning, you lose the bet, and you start thinking, how did I lose this bet? Well, first of all, Dallas been playing so well where they do for a letdown. Second, you think, well, Charlotte been playing so well they would do for a letdown. But then you also think, Dallas was coming off a loss, so maybe they're a little bit motivated at home, but they typically do cover the number. It makes it tough, man. It does make it tough, but Charlotte's playing really, really well. Here's the other thing, though, that we didn't talk about. When you think about matchups for this game, we know there's one thing that Dallas does a really good job of, and that's running teams off the three-point line. Charlotte has been shooting the leather off the basketball as of late. So that's something else to kind of take in mind and keep in consideration when you're thinking about betting this game as well. I feel like Charlotte's been probably the best three-point shooting team and one of the top 5 best three-point shooting teams in the NBA as of late. I'm gonna confirm that real quick. So if we go to NBA.com, we just click on traditional stats. I want to see last 10 games. All right, let me let this load for a second. Man, get out of here. Page not found, bro. What's going on with the NBA, man? Using advanced stats, but that's not working. Let me go to my numbers real quick and find Charlotte. So Charlotte is actually the 4th best three-point shooting team on the full season and 4th best over their last 2 weeks as well. So they're shooting 44% from the three-point line. Dallas is a team that's not going to allow you to shoot that many threes, man. They're not going to allow you to shoot that many threes. Dallas gives up the 3rd fewest threes in the NBA. So something's going to have to give. Last 5 games, they're also 9th. Above the break threes where Charlotte like to take them, Dallas gives up the 4th fewest. So maybe a look towards somebody threes under in this game. What's up, Locks? This is, I've been looking for you the past 2 days. Hope all is well. Yeah, all is well, man. Just a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff going on for sure. Deuce says Dallas needs to take away the three-point line to win the game. Put in a play in the second as well. Okay. Scotty says spread making people believe in the Hornets like their number 1 seed. This is a quick road trip and a letdown spot for them. We shall see, man. We shall see. It does look super easy to take the Hornets though, but it's also, the Hornets have just been balling. Like, I don't really want to fade them. They beat the Grizzlies. They were only laying 2.5 in that spot. I said that one looked easy. They went in by 15. Sixers laying 2 other night. Hornets might let down in this game, man. They go in and beat the 76ers by 37 points. They do got a 4-point win against the Wizards, but they beat the Magic by 27. The Nuggets by 23. They've been balling. They have been balling. I think I'm gonna stay away. I think I will stay away in this one. All right, let's go to the next one, which is the Pistons and the Suns. Detroit basketball on the road here against the shorthanded Phoenix Suns. I'll start with the injury report first, but I just want to make sure I got my numbers pulled up. I was looking at these games last night. I knew I wasn't gonna bet anything early, so I didn't write a bunch of stuff in my notes like I typically do. But yeah, let's go injury report. So I know Devin Booker is out. Colin Gillespie is questionable. And then Jalen Green was listed as questionable. He's also out. Detroit has Karis LeVert listed as out for today, but everybody else will be in. So we got 2 of the slower pace teams in the NBA, which is why this total is so low, 214.5. Detroit is 21st in pace in their last 5 games. Phoenix is the 3rd slowest pace as well, slowest pace team as well. Last 5 games, Detroit totals are 221. Phoenix totals are 221 as well. Keep in mind, Devin Booker has played in a couple of those last 5 games for the Phoenix Suns. The offensive rating is 9th. Detroit's offensive rating is 8th. Detroit's the 12th best defensive rated team. Phoenix is the 20th best defensive rated team. So this was at 5 earlier. or last night when I wrote it down, it was at 5. Detroit is a team that really struggles to shoot the 3-point shot. Like they can really struggle. If anybody had a chance to watch them play, I did. If anybody had a chance to watch them play against the Denver Nuggets in a game that they almost gave away the other day, it was kind of crazy to watch them, play so poorly in the fourth quarter. They just really struggle to shoot the 3-point shot. Like Duncan Robinson 3s under might be a good look in this game. Tobias Harris 3s under might be a good look in this game. But yeah, they've really struggled, and I think that's why they don't really cover too much on the road. The Pistons are only 7-10 against the number when they're a road favorite. They were laying 7.5 against the Nuggets and won their game by 2. If Jamal Murray hit those free throws, the first set of 3 free throws that he got, then they probably end up going to overtime. And then he also missed the first one of the last set of 3 that he got as well. So I don't know, man. It makes it difficult to want to lay with the Pistons here. The Suns, I think, are still the best ATS team in the NBA. As a home dog this season, just overall as a home dog, they're 5-3 straight up, 6-2 against the number as well, and 6-2 to the under. They've held their opponents to about 112 points. They've covered the last 3. All of the last 3 have gone under the number. They've not been this low of a number though, but their defense typically comes to play. They've held the Wizards to 98, the Thunder to 105, and the Knicks most recently to 107 when they've been a home dog. So Suns have played well in this spot. I kind of want to take the Suns, but I don't like the offense without Devin Booker. Let's see. So last 5 games, just looking at some numbers. Detroit is the best defensive team in the NBA. It looks like they are, last 2 weeks, Detroit's the best defensive team in the NBA. 7th in opponent effective field goal percentage. They're forcing the 2nd most turnovers as well. They also fouling at the 3rd highest rate. They don't mind putting you on the free throw line. Phoenix is about middle of the pack as far as free throws taken at 15th at about 19.9% free throw rate. Phoenix offense, 22nd last 2 weeks, 21st in effective field goal percentage. It looks like starting with Detroit offense, they're a team that likes to attack the rim. 3rd in rim frequency, 10th in rim accuracy over the last 2 weeks. Phoenix gonna have their hands full. That's probably maybe a look towards Durant. Detroit is bottom 6 shooting the 3-point shot over the last 2 weeks. Phoenix defense has actually been pretty good there. Detroit 2nd in frequency as far as getting out and running. 20th in points scored per possession in transition though. Phoenix transition defense has been pretty good. They're giving up the 5th fewest points in transition. Maybe a first half under. I feel like that could be a look. Let's just flip this. Go Phoenix offense versus Detroit defense. So here we have Phoenix as a team that really just takes a lot of mid-range shots. They're 7th in mid-range frequency, 8th in mid-range accuracy. Detroit has struggled. They're 25th in opponent mid-range frequency. They don't give up a ton of threes though. They have defended the 3-point line really well. 6th in opponent 3-point frequency and 7th in opponent 3-point accuracy over their last 5 games. As far as their transition, they are, so far as their half court, 26th in points per possession. And that favors Detroit really, really well, of course, because they're 5th as well. So Phoenix should struggle to score the basketball if they're not hitting mid-range shots. But like a lot of those mid-range shots coming from Devin Booker as well. I don't even know how I would quantify it, but I'm interested to know how many mid-range shots does Devin Booker shoot versus the rest of the team. As far as transition, nothing really sticks out to me here. Phoenix is middle of the pack as far as transition frequency. They are 5th in points scored via transition, but Detroit has been the best team in the NBA over the last 2 weeks as far as giving up points in transition. This tells me like a Phoenix team total under, or like maybe even a Detroit team total under. I feel like both of these offenses have struggled to score the basketball as of late. This number just seems really, really low to me. Really, really low. But I don't anticipate Phoenix being able to score the basketball, not consistently. I don't envision Phoenix being able to get out and run in transition. I don't envision a half-court offense being played really well. the thing is, and they don't shoot a ton of free throws. Like if Detroit's not fouling, I feel like they should really, really struggle to score the basketball here. Let's see what the team total is. It is 106.5 on BetMGM. Phoenix not to get to 106 that's a low number, boy. Sheesh. Man, I don't know if I can play it that low. It's 105.5 everywhere else. Caesars got 105 at minus 120. So the book's really betting on Detroit defensively here. Huh. Man, these are the bets I hate to make. I hate to make these type of bets. These are the ones you just set it and forget it. You go, you put on Netflix or something. I'm not sure if I'll play it, but that's the way that's what makes sense to me in my head. Let's go back to the top and see what you guys are thinking here. J-Man says, Chris, can we hit the Suns team total under? I literally just talked it out, J-Man, without even reading your comment from 15 minutes ago. It's ugly. That's a low number, man. That is a low number. Let's see real quick. So the Pistons as road favorites, they give up 112 a game. They held the Nuggets to 107. They held the Pelicans to 104. They held the Lakers to 106. So 3 straight teams have gone under this number. Let's see if they're in a low. Like I'm pretty sure it's the lowest total on the road for them. Yeah, low totals for them. Their Nuggets total, they go under the 216.5. And I think that's a comparable, right? That's a comp. Nuggets without Jokic, Suns without Devin Booker. Both offenses should struggle to score. Maybe you just include both teams though. Maybe you include Detroit as well and take the full game under. What's the best number for the full game under? Clearly, I'm just talking these out, as y'all can see. Clearly, I'm just talking these out. Let's see real quick. Best total number you can get is 216. Oh, never mind. 215.5 on. Never mind. 214.5. 215 on Bally Bet. Maybe a full game under. Tommy says, just so you know, Chris, I did bet Dallas plus the 4.5, and I'm on the under 228.5. Nice. I like the under a lot. 77 figures is right, folks. The Hornets are 20-28. Like, let's calm down about the Hornets. Some people like riding the wave while they hot though. 77 figures. Then you get burned one time and you hop off. As long as you stay profitable in that team, that's all that matters. Mark says Detroit first quarter money line. Think they'll come out guns blazing. They typically have started the games off pretty well. I can attest to that. They had a big lead in the first quarter of the game against Denver the other day. I watched that game. They were up by 7, 8, 9 points. Cade Cunningham was balling as well. Tommy says he liked the under in this game, but it's a pass for him. Marky says whoever taking the Mavs and the Hawks are delusional. We don't got to call people names, man. Let's be nice. 77 Piggy says Pistons Suns tonight, lunch pail game, like the under 214, 101-93 type game. I could definitely see that. I might get there on the under, honestly. I feel like y'all talking me into it for sure. I do kind of like this under. Love Mark Williams and Brooks under. Yeah, Mark Williams should be an underplay as well, man. He should definitely be an underplay in this game. Let's see what Mark Williams' numbers are. I would probably go. Points plus rebounds for Mark Williams because we need to start calling during Debo. I mean, his muscles got muscles. Duran is somebody that is not giving up a lot of points down there. And Isaiah Stewart might be the best secondary center in the NBA as far as defense goes. So I would play some Mark Williams unders as well. Problem is the books know that already. They're going to have these lines, they're going to be super low. Mark Williams is 19.5. I'm looking at that right now. I'm going to add that to my short list as well. Points plus rebounds would be the way that I would play Mark Williams. The Dylan Brooks one mid-range, I could definitely see as well. Dylan Brooks liable to get 2 techs in the first quarter, just get thrown out for a flagrant before halftime. Like, yeah, this gonna be a physical game too. I already mentioned how Detroit fouled at this 3rd highest rate in the NBA. Yeah, I could definitely see Dylan Brooks staying under his number as well. The books probably don't got it super high either though. Let's see what Dylan Brooks is set at. feel like he also takes a lot of those mid-range shots as well, though. Now that I think about it. So Dylan Brooks is set at 22.5. That seems a little high for me. That does seem a little high. Dylan the villain. Let's see. So Dylan Brooks, 22.5. Yeah, it ain't good for him, man. 27% of his points via catch and shoot. Detroit top 5. 27% of his points less than 10 feet. Less than 10 feet from the rim. Detroit top 5. Pull up 46%. Detroit top 6. It don't look good for Dylan Brooks, man. Maybe free line. That's the only thing I can see here. Okay, I want to see his numbers without Devin Booker. Without Devin Booker, over in 3 of his 6 games against the Pistons, he finished with 16 points when they were playing in Detroit early this season. He shot 4 for 16 from the field, 2 for 6 from the three-point line, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. This was the last game, I think, of that 6-game road trip before they came home. Yeah, he got there against the Heat. He got there against the Nets. Neither one of these teams are as good defensively. He did get to 23. What's his rebounds? Rebounds 3.5. Points plus rebounds 26.5. I might take Dylan Brooks under 2. Put Tobias Harris on him. Tobias still can lock up. 26.5 points plus rebounds. Under Dylan Brooks. I like the full game under 2. Detroit and Phoenix under the 216 or 215, whatever that number was. Felix says, I think the full game is an under. Lo says, I like Detroit first half. Detroit's been better early in games. That's for sure with that. What's up, Hyman Mace? Says, I appreciate you as always. Didn't have to come on today. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you for tapping in, my brother. Appreciate you for tapping in for sure. All right, let's get into some of these other games so I can get ready to get off here. Top Football Highlight Channel says Ryan Rollins over 22.5. He's pretty consistent with Giannis and Porter are out. I did look into Ryan Rollins. So let's go through those other games real quick. So the first one that I didn't touch on was the Milwaukee and Washington game. Line 2.5. Let me just double check. So line was 2.5. Kuzma was not on the report. He is going back to DC where he did play for the Wizards for a period of time. And you also got, I saw Sar listed as questionable. I didn't see an update. I'm trying to see if I can find one now. But I didn't see one for Sar. Let's see. Yeah, Sar still listed as questionable from what I see. And then, of course, on the Milwaukee side of things, Giannis, Garrett Harris is out. This is second leg of back-to-back. No, it's not a second leg of back-to-back for Milwaukee. Is it? No, because they lost to Philly. So Cole Anthony is listed as questionable. Somebody going to have to score the basketball. I immediately went to Bobby Portis. I wanted to play Bobby Portis assists. I think I wrote that down in my notes. Let's see. Yeah, Bobby Portis had 8 assists in that last game against the Philadelphia 76ers. I kind of feel like his assist numbers go up. So looking at Bobby Portis' assists in that game, the catch and shoot stuff for the Milwaukee Bucks will also be there. So that could be Bobby Portis as well. That could also be Miles Turner, who I think scored the ball really, really well against Philly in that last game. Ryan Rollins is not necessarily the worst look in the world just because the volume will be there, but I do think that they probably put Bilal on him to kind of slow him down. I actually think, I know the Wizards don't want to win games. We know that for sure. But I kind of feel like if the Wizards wanted to win this game, they could. I'm not laying points with the Bucks on the road. We've been talking about this for a long time now. This team is real quick. I looked it up last night. I didn't write it down. I didn't care because I knew I wasn't going to bet the spread in this game. But the Bucks is road favorites this season. 5-4 straight up, 3-6 against the number. I want nothing to do with the Bucks laying points on the road. They beat the Kings, they beat the Hornets, and they beat the Pacers. I'm pretty sure all those games had Giannis a part of them. They don't cover numbers, in my opinion. I think the Wizards could win this game if they really wanted to. I'm not sure if the Wizards want to win this game, though. The Wizards just won. Remember, they just beat the Portland Trail Blazers in their last game. And the Bucks have been playing a lot more games as of late, on the road and back and forth. Whereas the Wizards have been at the crib for quite a while now. So I would be betting on – I'm not betting it, but I'd be betting on the Wizards. And I also feel like the game goes over. I feel like neither one of these teams got great defensive players. We just saw the Bucks get lit up by Philly. Granted, Philly, has a lot more offense than the Wizards, but I think this game will be played fast. I think the Bucks will be able to score. I think the Wizards will be able to score. This should be like an up and down track meets type game, especially if Sarr doesn't play. It's a lot less rim protection for Washington. So I don't know how much I agree with the total going down from 224 last night down to 222.5. I think I would be on Wizards and over if I'm betting that game, but not one that I'm going to play. I know for sure I'm not playing that game. Let's see. J-Man says, I want to slap Middleton assists. Okay. What else? Miles Turner threes. J-Man mentions it as well. Let's see. 3 and 12 without Greek Freak, and they laying points on the road. That I don't even eat fish no more, but that smells fishy. That smells fishy. All right. Next game is, which one else did not talk about? Brooklyn and Denver. So Brooklyn, Denver. Let's see. This line was at 7.5, and total was 211.5 last night when I wrote it in my notes. Right now, it's at 5. No, it looks like 7 is the consensus. Totals come down from down to 209.5. So some money's still coming in on the unders. But Brooklyn games, like, I feel like if you want to play them, you probably do just want to take under. But I saw some stuff that kind of made me think maybe you take it over. So I don't know. Let's see. All right. So this is situationally, it is. I feel like Brooklyn been on the road for a minute. I think that makes the offense get worse. I think that probably makes the defense get worse as well. So, and then I did know that Denver had revenge. They lost to this Brooklyn team. I mean, to this Brooklyn team, 127-115. I remember Michael Porter Jr. having a big game in that game when they were in Denver about 3 weeks ago, a little over 3 weeks ago. The total did go over to 225.5 as well. So Brooklyn is resting Noah Clowney. Cam Thomas is out. Dinium is also out. And I didn't even see, like, he pushed Dylan Brooks in that last game. I ain't seen nothing happen to him after that. So I think the offense is going to be really, really bad. Denver, if they're smart, should probably just run some double teams at Michael Porter Jr., make anybody else try to score the basketball. Brooklyn last few games, they just scored 208 total against the Phoenix Suns. Against the Clippers, they scored 89 and gave up 126. That game, that was a 211 total. I told you guys I did like that one over. Against Boston, 126-130. But that was because they had scored 66 the game before that against the New York Knicks. So they have been alternating covers in their last, what does this look like? Their last 8 games, they've covered, not covered. That says that Denver wins this game, runs away with it. But on the Denver side of things, they also are without Christian Braun, still. Aaron Gordon was already listed as out, and he's going to be reevaluated in a while. And Brooklyn is on the first leg of a back-to-back. They play Utah tomorrow. Denver is also on the first leg of a back-to-back. They got a game tomorrow against the Clippers, a much more meaningful game. Second game back home. They've covered 3 in a row. I don't know, man. I do not know what to do with this game. I kind of feel like you just play the Brooklyn team total under. But I know Denver's defense is not as good when they're a favorite than when they're a dog. When they're a dog, they play really good defense. And that's why they always cover spreads. They just covered against Detroit. Beat the Bucks outright in the 5th game in 7-night spot. Beat the Wizards laying 6. Win that game by 10. But you catch them as a favorite, nah. They were a favorite to the Wizards and, at home and won that game by 6. So I don't really like laying too many points with Denver as a favorite without Jokic and without Gordon. But it makes this one tough, man. It does make it tough. I don't want to back the Nets right now. And that's not a team that I really want to put my money on, especially away from home. Nets they've only covered one of their last 6 road games. One of their last 6 road games is a dog. They've also gone under their team total in 7 of their last 8 games on the road as a dog. And Against the Suns, they went over by half a point. The team total was 101.5. They got to 102. So that makes it tough. It makes it really, really tough. I'm gonna go to this game next. Saturated. 77 figures. Yeah, I'm up, saturated. I'm up, man. What's up, Library? Appreciate you for tapping in. Jay Hanks is watching +2. Brooklyn +7.5. Michael Porter Jr. over his threes for Brian. Michael Porter Jr. over his 30 points plus rebounds. JoJo says it's super tough, man. Mark says he likes MPJ over as well. 24.5. I think it's gone now. Lo says he likes Denver first half spread. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be betting this one. Let's get into the last one, which is OKC and I didn't go over Miami and Chicago either. So we got 2 more. All right, so real quick on OKC in Minnesota. So just to make sure I got the injury report right, we have, or at least what I see is I see Rudy Gobert listed as questionable. Mike Conley out. Terrence Shannon is out. On the Thunder side of things, Casey Wallace is questionable. Caruso out. AJ Mitchell out. Topic out. And Jalen Williams, brown-skinned Jalen Williams, continues to be out. So Hardenstein is back and off the injury report. And I'm just looking at the game last night. I'm thinking to myself, man, this is the game that I think goes under. So we got Timberwolves on the second leg of a back-to-back. I feel like OKC has been playing a lot of their games at home as of late. They haven't really been covering. I want to say I looked at the numbers. If they're laying like less than 7 on the road, they're just 1-3 against the number. We know that Minnesota lost to this team last year in the playoffs. Minnesota's not been playing well. Don't get it twisted. Only 10-14 against the number at home. They've also just not been covering games recently either. But, after losing, 5 in a row and not covering 4 of them, they have covered back-to-back. They beat Golden State, beat the brakes off Golden State. Golden State kind of laid down for them in that game. And then they did beat the Dallas Mavericks on the road last night without Cooper Flagg and Klay Thompson. So back-to-back wins, back-to-back covers. They've gone under in 4 straight games as well. And I just think that they're going to get up for this matchup. These 2 teams played early this season twice. OKC won the first one, 113-105 in OKC. Minnesota covered that spread. They were getting 10.5, lost the game by 8. Game went under the 226.5. Then they played again December 19th, and that was in Minnesota. Minnesota won that game outright. They were getting 6 points as a dog. Beat them 112-107. That game went under the 232.5 total. I kind of feel like, for one, if like OKC, in my opinion, they typically dictate pace. The defense has been pretty good. They held the Pelicans to 95 points. Everybody liked that game over. I did kind of like under in that game, but held New Orleans, a pretty good offensive team, to 95 points. Toronto to 103. The Pacers did give them 117. But here's the thing: like the way the Timberwolves play, if they're a team, if you're not going to be able to make threes against the Oklahoma City Thunder, you typically don't have a chance to win. And I think having Isaiah Hartenstein back is going to be so much helpful for them, a lot of help for them. So I kind of like under here. I think under is the right play. OKC has gone under in their last 2 games as well. Their offense hasn't necessarily been clicking on all cylinders, just 104 points against New Orleans and 101 against Toronto. The Timberwolves are, in my opinion, are better defense than they are offense. And they've been trending towards the under as well. Like I said, 4 straight unders for them. Both games have gone under so far this season. The Timberwolves aren't making threes. I do think this game stays under the number. So I like under in that game. I think if I'm playing a side, I'm probably looking towards I want to bet Minnesota again. I think they can cover all 3 spreads this season. I just feel like when they see OKC, they're always going to get up. Being that they lost last year in the Western Conference Finals to them, for a chance to go to the NBA championship, I think that they'll always get up for that game. Real quick, if I'm looking at the Timberwolves unrested this season, they are 5-3 straight up, 4-4 against the number. If they're getting points, they are 0-3 straight up, 1-2 against the number, and 2-1 to the over. So defensively, they have not played well in this spot. But 2 of these games were against the Nuggets with Jokic. The other one was against the Spurs. So I guess I'd give them a little bit of slack. Let's see. Thunder on the road with totals less than 230. Finish average 225, finished 221. They've won the last 3 in a row. They've covered. They won and covered against the Rockets, won and covered against the Cavs, won and covered against the Bucks, before not covering against the Grizzlies. So Yeah, I think under. I think under is the right play here. I think under. Think under. I really want to bet on the Timberwolves, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. Home dogs, Timberwolves 1-2 straight up, 1-2 against the number. 2 losses came against the Nuggets. Two temps they didn't cover came against the Nuggets at the beginning of the season, and recently they beat the Thunder outright in this spot. And they are at home today as well. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that game, man. I'll be betting under before I bet anything else here. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Okay, Suns money line for BJ. Tommy says I love this spot for OKC -6.5. Shireen says Denver hasn't covered 7 without Jokic since December 22nd. Okay, that sounds about right. That's what I was thinking as well. BJ says the whole world on the Wizards. In what world do we live in where everybody's on the Wizards? I can't agree with that. You have to show me the splits. I don't think we'll never see a world where everybody's on the Wizards. I don't think that'll happen. That don't even sound like a correct statement. Like they got Jordan. They must got Jordan, man. Nah, there's no way everybody on the Wizards, man. Let's go. Let's get into a quick recap. Oh, I got one more game to go through. I forgot. The other game is the Bulls and the Heat. So Bulls Heat, Miami open 1.5 point dogs. I think they flipped now to 1.5 point favorites. Total open 241.5, and it's down to 239.5. So you got both teams on the second leg of a back-to-back, of course. Miami lost last night, right? Then they lose. Chicago came back and beat the Pacers last night. So no travel for them. They were at home. No, I'm sorry. No, Chicago was in Indiana, lost that game. Really just got smoked in the fourth quarter. Couldn't maintain. And then Miami, of course, lost last night too to Orlando. I thought it was a pretty good spot for Orlando. Miami was coming home off the road trip, and Orlando just kind of caught them, I think, in a flat spot, in my opinion. So I looked at the injury report. I did see that Norman Powell, Josh Giddey is out versus the Heat. So that line is about to take off. I actually want to get in on Miami. Let me see if I can find the line real quick. Caesars. Yeah, and this would be the game Chicago wins. Chicago is not a team you necessarily want to fade as a home dog, though. Like that ain't what you really want to do. But man, they be taking these games down so quick. I can't get in there. Let's see. Who don't take the games down? Bet365 don't take it down. They just move them. Oh, I can get in. Bet365 got it right now. Money line is moving as I'm depositing cash, but yeah, it just went from -120 to -140. I'll get in there. I'll get in at the -140. I don't really like it. I don't really love it, but I'll take it. Should have just bet Anyway, I played Miami now. But a couple things I like for Miami on the Miami side of things. I'm not even gonna send that out because the line's gonna move. It's gonna continue to move. A couple things I saw on the Miami side of things that I did like. So I was looking at teams off games where they didn't cover in the last one, and the Heat are really, really good this season as far as like covering their next game. So they are actually the best team in the NBA. The Heat are 72.2% ATS when they didn't cover in their last game. 13-5 against the number, 11-7 straight up in this spot as well. And then I added that they were unrested, and just wanted to see the numbers as well. The Heat are actually Miami is undefeated, right? Yeah, 4-0 straight up, 3-1 against the number, 3-1 straight up, 4-0 against the number. If they're covering by about 7 points per game. If they didn't cover their last game and they're playing unrested, the Heat have been a really good team in this spot. So I do like Miami. I also wanted to wait to see if Norman Powell was going to play. I did see that he got ruled in. I haven't even bet Miami, but yeah, I just bet him. But yeah, I wanted to see if he got ruled in. He did get ruled in as well. It looks like Khalil Ware is listed as probable. No Tyler Hero. Davion Mitchell is out. And Giddey, of course, is out now as well. So Bulls on the second leg of a back-to-back. They haven't necessarily been terrible, and they've been good off a loss. Let's see. Bulls have been profitable, I think. No, just 2-5 against the number when they're playing the rest of this season. They've actually lost 5 straight games, 5 straight ATS non-covers in this spot, 2-3 against the spread in this spot as well. But the Bulls as a home dog is something I typically don't like to fade. They are 7-4 straight up, 8-3 against the number when they're playing the rest of this season. I'm sorry, when they're playing as a home dog this season. So take that for what it's worth, man. The only thing I bet so far is that Miami minus the 140 for me, which it looks like is still available. Let's see what the best number you can get is then. It's a couple things we talked about, though. I'm glad I came on here and did the show. You guys talked me into some things. So real quick, we got that minus 140 is the best number you can get, though. Bet365 got minus 140. DraftKings got minus 142. FanDuel minus 142. BetMGM minus 140. So yeah, that's the only thing I bet so far is the Miami Heat in Chicago tonight. Let's go Miami. All right. So as far as did y'all say anything else? Let's go back to the comments real quick. Tommy says he likes the Nuggets team total over. Give me OKC off a day of rest. Okay. Miami money line, good on back-to-backs after a loss. Mark knew. Okay. Heat money line, Felix likes it as well. The Vig says Atlanta, Detroit, OKC. Right back at you. Wishing you the best as well, man. All right, let's get into a quick recap. So these were some of the things that I had. Some of the things I had on my short list. Miami. Oh, I didn't talk through the Bam Adebayo. If you guys have just been paying attention, Bam's been absolutely, crushing this 3-point prop as well. So that's really the only reason why I added Bam on the list. I feel like Chicago Garden be able to get some open looks tonight and be able to keep that 3-point streak going. I think he had 4 last night. Line set at 1.5. It was minus 112 this morning. It's minus 128 right now. He hit 4. Did I write this in my notes? He had 4 last night against Orlando, 4 for 7, 2 for 6 against Phoenix, 4 for 10 against the 4 for 10 against the Utah Jazz. So it looks like 7 of his last 9, he's hit at least 2 threes. And I think the one thing I was looking at was when I was looking at his last 10 games, just looking at his 3-point attempts, he's averaging 6.4. So I think when I went in here, I just looked at Bam this season when he shot at least 6 attempts. And he's hit the number in 9 of his 11 games. So I haven't added Bam, but I'm probably going to add a little bit on Bam as well over his 1.5 3-point makes. Chicago's not a great 3-point defense by any means at all. Bottom 10 in catch and shoot, bottom 10 in defense versus the 3-point shot for his position, and the top 5 in pace. So Bam 3-point prop is something that I had on the list. Miami money line, that is official now because I did just bet that, but that was something that I already had here. And then see, we catch up. The CJ McCollum look is gone because what's his name? Jalen Johnson got ruled out. So I don't know if this is available, but what I was looking at when I was looking at CJ McCollum last night on his points, rebounds, and assists under was really just like being the second leg of back-to-back games. He has not done well. He gets a really tough defense, in my opinion. That doesn't give up a lot of stuff the way that he gets it. But that number, of course, has changed a lot. You actually can get minus 120. You can get 28.5 without Jalen Johnson there. So I'm not sure if I'll bet that or not, but I think CJ McCollum stays under this number tonight on the second leg of a back-to-back. And the reason why I included rebounds and assists is because Houston is a team that doesn't give up a bunch of rebounds or assists. And I think CJ struggles. He's a big catch and shoot guy. And I think Houston does a really good job of taking it away tonight, but I haven't bet it yet. I told you guys why I like the Sabonis look. We talked about that. And OKC is on the list as well, minus the OKC and Minnesota under the 228.5, I think, with that total going up. And then the other things that we talked about was we talked about Detroit and Phoenix under the 2. What is the number? Let's see. Detroit and Phoenix under the 214. Looks like it's 214.5 now. And Mark Williams under 19.5 points plus rebounds as well. And then Dylan Brooks too. Fade Dylan too. 26.5 points plus rebounds is the line for Dylan Brooks. Yeah, I'm gonna make a couple of these plays because I'm gonna really be upset with myself if I leave all these player props here and then Miami ends up losing to Chicago. And I feel like that's what I've been doing lately, is not making a lot of plays, and the plays that I've been making been losing. The ones that I leave on the short list, of course, been cashing. So I got to make a few more plays. But yeah, Miami minus the 140 for me so far is the only thing that I bet, man. I would assume over 13.5 for Lamb. Okay. Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. As always, the link is in the description if you guys are interested in checking out any of the resources that we talked about when I'm handicapping these games. Jackson, Outlier, Moneyballer, and OddsJam. Tomorrow I'll try to be back regular time. Like we'll try to go maybe like 10 or 11 a.m. I'll see what time I'll be free tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not sure right now. But yeah, hit the like on the way out, man. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and enjoy your Thursday, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.